This is Josephine of Artisan Gift Collection. I know you have been waiting for this video on cold processed soap. Today, I will show you the basics of formulating your own cold processed soap. And alongside with that, we will be using the tools and resources that are very important in our soap making journey. The first step is to decide on the soap mold that you want to use, so we know how much soap we are making. If your mold is rectangular, measure the width, the height, and the length. And if it is cylindrical, I don't have cylindrical soap mold. So let's just pretend this is a soap mold. Measure the diameter and the height. If you don't have a ruler or tape measure, or if your mold is irregularly shaped, you can do the water method, which is just getting the weight of water required to fill up the container up to the brim. The weight of water in grams should then be multiplied by 0.7. Then you will get the total weight of base oil that you require for this batch. Then put this number in section 2 of the soap calculator. Then proceed to selecting your oils. Multiplying water weight by 0.7 means that 70% of the capacity of our mold is reserved for base oils and the rest is for lye solution and additives. The next step is to familiarize yourself with the use of online soap calculators or lye calculators. So there are many tools like this available on the internet, and they are very useful and convenient for soap makers. This is really a game changer. But for today, what we're going to use is soapmakingfriend.com. So what we're going to do to show you how it works. So first, we're going to choose solid soap because we want to make soap bars, right? And then in this next section here, we want to find out the weight of base oils that we need for the batch. And how are we going to do that? So this is the reason why we have to first decide on the soap mold and why we need to measure the dimensions of our soap mold. So in here, we will choose resize your recipe to fit mold size. And then it will ask for the dimensions of our soap mold. If, say, for example, we are using a rectangular mold, it will ask for the length, width, and height of our mold. So let's plug in the measurements of my soap mold, which is 25.4, and we will do it in centimeters so that our weight will be in grams. And then the width is 8.89, then the height is 6.35. See, it changed the weight of the oils here. So we would need 992 grams of base oils, and this will be enough. You know, the whole soap batter will be enough to fill in that rectangular mold, and there will be no wastage. And we like that. So if our mold is cylindrical, let's choose here cylinder, and then it will look for the radius and the height. So what we measured a while ago is the diameter, and radius is simply diameter divided by 2. And then just plug in the number here, and then the height, and then it will give again the weight of the base oil. All right, let's move to the next. In this section, for new soapers, we will just accept this as it is, the default. We don't need to change anything, but as we, progress with our scale, then we can modify the liquid to lye ratio and then the super fat. So super fat is just the amount of oil that will not be saponified, so it will remain in the soap as oils, and it will add to, I believe, to the moisturizing property of the soap or the whole formulation. Now, we can now choose our oils in this section, and it should total to the amount that we have here. But before we go to that, because I have pre-selected some oils for this purpose, just to illustrate how this thing works. But before that, I would like to share some pointers on choosing the oils for your soap. I have this resource that I use, and it is by Love and Soap Studio, because they have this soap making oil chart that is very useful. They have a list of 22 oils, their properties, and then recommended usage. And they even have here some, ways to break the rules for each oil and some other information. So read through this and other resources similar to this one. So you will find other oils there, because there's plenty. And then you choose an oil that you like, and then run through these oils in the soap calculator and see the properties of the resulting soap. And if you are formulating soap for the face, always remember to consider the comedogenic rating of the oil. And with that, I'm going to share this site. This is Herbal Dynamics Beauty, and understanding the comedogenic scale for oils and butters. There's also a table here with the comedogenic rating. So ideally, for the face, we only use oils with rating of 2 and less, 2 to 0. That means these oils will not clog the pores. Although for others, they don't have any issues with, for example, coconut oil being used in the face. But for more sensitive skin types, we have to, be on the safer side of, just consider the oils with comedogenic rating of 2 to 0. All right, let's go back to our soap calculator. Let's choose the oils, and that just click the plus sign. So, oh no, it's not avocado butter, it's avocado oil. And then castor, coconut, cocoa butter. Yeah. All right. For avocado, the maximum is only at 12%, castor 10%. And then for coconut oil, we'll only be using 23%. For cocoa, I think we can use up to 15%. And then for olive, it's 20. And then for shea butter, 20 as well, for a total of 100%. And now, for the results, so these are the weights of the oils, and in here we didn't change it. We're using the cylindrical mold. See, 878, 878, and then it will tell us how much water we need. For the lye solution, it's 440 grams, and then for the lye or sodium hydroxide, it's 120 grams. And it also has a recommendation for the fragrance oil or essential oil. And then for other additives, I think there's another section here for the additives. Yeah, custom additives you can use, and it will also tell you the recommended amount per pound of soap. So if you want to add activated charcoal, see, class, and it will say 2 teaspoons. And then if we click this one, it will tell us when is it ideal to add. So add 2 oils before mixing in lye solution. So we have to add our activated charcoal on the to the oil. Okay, and for example, we also want to add, what else do you want to add? Clay. It will tell us, okay, the recommendation is 2 teaspoons. And how do we add it? You can add to lye water or a trace. All right. Then it will also have show you a chart here, meaning the resultant properties of our soap fall within the recommended average recommended range. So how bubbly, how cleansing, things like those. So for the iodine, actually iodine value is the measure of unsaturation in our oils. It measures how much iodine can be dissolved by 100 grams of oil, because iodine will react with the double bonds in our unsaturated oils. But for our purpose, let's just remember that the lower the iodine value, the harder the soap. The higher the iodine value, the softer the soap. So if our iodine value is lower than 50, the batter will thicken quickly. So if we want to be able to do some swirling with our soap, we have to keep our iodine value between 50 and 65. So in this case, we can still do some swirlings. Then the INS is also related to the iodine value. INS is a measurement based on iodine value and saponification value. And they say that it's a predictor of, certain soap qualities like hardness, lather, and conditioning. But for me, I just keep my INS value within the range of the soap calculator, and that's a guarantee that I'm going to have a good soap.